What's up, guys? This is Bobo Jones, and today I wanted to do a quick review. I can't believe I haven't done this yet since I've had it basically since day one of buying this bike. Whoa, hard stop, hard stop, hard stop. I wanted to do a quick review of the tune I have. So I got the T800 Plus with this bike. And I use the stock OEM tune. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because most people who have the tune have an aftermarket exhaust. But the really nice thing about the T800 is that you can do basically anything you want. You can have different levels of the exhaust. So there's one that I'm using that's for the stock exhaust. Then there's one if you have just a aftermarket exhaust slip-on. Then there's one if you do like a full exhaust system swap, and you do the air box and you delete the cat and all the other stuff. But I just have it with the stock OEM exhaust. I have not touched my exhaust, so it still has the exhaust valve in it that goes on and off. And for me, I'm a very practical person. I find that really there's no need to do anything else. There's no need to get a slip-on or a full system with this. It's so excellent with the OEM exhaust because it solves all of the problems of the OEM exhaust. Namely, the big one is that when this bike's in neutral, it's still, with the tune, it still keeps the valve closed. But as soon as you go into gear with this tune, it opens the exhaust valve and sounds amazing. So it's really annoying if you don't have the tune with the OEM exhaust, because you have to hit basically 5,000 RPMs. So when you're just cruising around like this, you don't get to hear the sound of the bike, or like off the line, you don't get to hear the sound of the bike right away, because the valve stays closed. But Gabro fixed that with this OEM tune, and as soon as you pop it into first gear, the exhaust valve opens up and you get that beautiful sound. So the other nice thing about that is that I live in a small townhouse, so I have townhouses right across from my garage. So when I'm warming up the bike before I head out in neutral, it still keeps it closed and nice and quiet. And then when I'm ready to leave and I pop it in first, it opens the exhaust valve. There is one glitch with this, and Gabro knows about it. By the way, the other nice thing about using Gabro and the T800 Plus is that the guy who is the best Aprilia tuner in the world will talk to you on the forums, in the Facebook groups, and he'll talk to you on messages. So I've had questions about the tune, and he'll literally answer me. And so one of the things that this has, I won't be able to replicate it now because I'm coming to a red light, but the only glitch that this tune has is in second gear around 40 to 45 miles per hour, inexplicably, and Gabro said he can't figure it out. It's just a glitch of the US tune, by the way, not the European tune. I think the European tune doesn't do this. But for the US tune, and the big difference between the US and the European, aside from emission stuff, is that it integrates the turn signals on the European version. So you can delete your turn signals. And I think it integrates them into the brake lights or something. But anyway, I didn't want that. So I wanted the US tune. But let's see if I can do it now. In second gear, between 40 and 45, it closes the throttle. Let's see. You probably won't even be able to hear it. There it goes. It closed the valve. And then if I speed up, it'll open it again. But I have to stop here for cars. I meant to do a U-turn also. Anyway, you don't need to hear it. Just believe me. Between 40 and 45 miles an hour in second gear, it closes the valve, which is annoying because most of my canyon riding is done in second gear, so I have to hear the valve opening and closing when I'm at 40 to 45 miles an hour. Luckily, I'm going faster than that most of the time, so it doesn't really bother me. But it's the only bad thing about this tune. The only other small issue I had is that What am I doing? Am I going to get gas? Yeah, I'll go and get gas. The only other small issue I had is that I thought it was running a bit rich because I would come home and it just smelled like fuel. And again, running rich isn't super bad, right? Like running lean is super, super bad. Running rich isn't the end of the world. Again, I asked Gabro about that. He said that shouldn't be the case because the OEM one with the stock exhaust it still uses the oxygen sensor. So he said there's no reason that should happen. So I don't know, maybe it's the bike or just fumes are coming out of my gas tank or something like that. But that's the only other issue I have. I don't think that's the tune. So really the only major glitch with the tune is that second gear where the valve closes, you know, around 5,000 RPMs or around 40 to 45 miles an hour, which he hasn't been able to fix. Not a big deal, not bad for the bike. Slightly annoying to hear the valve open and close randomly when you're in second gear, but it's fine. Overall, it's just absolutely amazing. Besides the throttle, valve control stuff, it also just totally smooths out the throttle. So the throttle is not herky-jerky anymore. When you come on the throttle after a turn in the canyons or on the track, it's super smooth. It doesn't like scare you and suddenly jerk out. I think it has some impact on horsepower, like 1 or 2 horsepower, but that really doesn't matter. Like 1 or 2 horsepower on this bike does not matter at all. Let me see if I can get this thing happening here. Okay, so we're in second gear. The valve's open. I'm gonna slow down. Valve closed. There you go. Valve's closed. Valve's closed. Valve's closed. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Valve's open again. So at 45, it opened back up again. So again, not a huge deal for all the other benefits. I'm not going to go into how easy it is to install the tune, but it's incredibly easy. You can watch guys like Focused Garage have done videos on how easy it is to install. You take the seat off, you plug in the OBD, Euro 5 OBD, which is right there in your bike. Super easy. You follow the instructions on the app. The app updates the unit and it updates the software. And that's it. Super easy. So I absolutely love it. It takes about 10 minutes to do. The bike flashes all sorts of scary shit while it's doing it, but it's fine. That's normal. Again, watch Focus Garage. He did a really nice video on installing it. Again, he has an aftermarket exhaust though. So I don't want an aftermarket exhaust. I don't care how they look. I wanted to keep the stock exhaust. It gives me less attention. It's plenty loud as it is. I don't need anything louder than this. It sounds amazing. So I'm very practical. I'm like, there's no chance I'm spending $1,000 on something that looks slightly nicer when this tune takes care of all the issues I have with the OEM exhaust, keeps me off the police radar. California's really strict about that shit. If they see you have an aftermarket exhaust, they will bust your chops. Not worth it for me. It's also really easy to take this exhaust off if you go to the dealer. Sorry, this tune off if you go to the dealer. Where the fuck am I going? I'll go back to the beach. Just going around in circles here. It's really easy to take it off if you go to the dealer. And here's the deal with the warranty, because I see a lot of people very worried about this for warranty purposes. Here's the deal. I've always had this tune on. I do take it off before I go to the dealer, but I haven't needed to. They're not checking any of that. If you have a normal warranty claim like I had the seat bolts fucked up. They changed that under warranty. I had... actually, do I want to go right here? No, I'll go left. I had, what else did I have? I had the gaskets, I think the O-ring gaskets, the valve gaskets failed, so they had to swap those. And what's the other thing I had? I don't know. I had one other thing. I can't remember. I've had 3 warranty claims on this bike so far. Neutral, thank you. And essentially, they're never going to check to see if you have a tune on it for things that don't matter if you have a tune or not, right? Like those things are very common warranty claims on this bike, and they honestly don't care, right? They'll just fix that stuff. It's not a big deal, whatever. However, if your engine dies, explodes, dies, fails, whatever, and you have a catastrophic engine failure, then yes, they will pull your flash counter from your ECU on your bike, and if they see that you flashed your bike, whether or not you have the tune on at that moment, if you flashed your bike for any reason, Aprilia will deny your claim. So that's how it works. If it's something related to a catastrophic engine failure, then yes, your claim will probably be denied. But if it's something small and common, like I had, like an engine leak due to shitty gasket parts, then you won't have any problems. So that's the deal with it, right, basically. And yeah, sure, I guess even if you have an engine failure, you can say, oh, well, they have to prove that, that it was due to the tune, so they'll still have to fix it. Yeah, well, that, excuse me, that involves you going to court. So, yeah, if you want to get a lawyer and do all that for an engine replacement, God bless, good luck to you. But at the end of the day, their lawyers are better than you. They have lawyers. They're a huge corporation. You're a person. So yeah, you might beat them in court and say, hey, the tune wasn't the fault. It was a manufacturing fault, so that's on you. But at that point, you've gone to court, blah, blah, blah. It's not worth the stress. So just know, if you have an engine failure while you have this tune on, whether or not it's on, they'll count they'll pull your flash counter and you'll get your claim denied, right? But for all the normal stuff, like the gaskets failing, they'll cover all that. They're not going to ask for a flash counter. They know your tune has nothing to do with their shitty gaskets failing, right? So they won't even try that. So that's the deal. I highly recommend, if you buy this bike, that unless you're like obsessed with aftermarket exhausts, that you just get this OEM exhaust, keep your stock exhaust. It sounds amazing. And yeah, I'm loving it. It's transformed this bike. It's super cheap. It's $500, and it comes with the free tune for the OEM exhaust. I got the US one again, and aside from that little second gear glitch where the valve closes, it's amazing. It just makes the throttle response so good. This bike is already so, brings so much confidence, and that just makes it better. So, yeah, highly, highly, highly recommend it. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Other than that, I think I've covered everything. Yeah, this is Bobo Jones about to get some gas here at this Chevron saying, Arrivederci. Ride safe, guys. Live safe. Have a great life. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.